right, so we on the island. I got my man from the city, Detroit right here. Mac Ave. That's what it is. My boy Tyrone Pride. You feel me? T Pride.
Yes,
Welcome,
sir.
brother.
Yes, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me, Money Man. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate you.
You already know. Like I tell everybody that comes on here, man. Like I feel like we all got like a journey. We all, we've been through it. And we put in some years, and they may not know our name as much, but we all deserve our hoop respect, you feel me? And so, that's why I created On the Island. Let's be on here having our platform, getting our stuff off. So, first question I ask every guest, man, the very first one, when was the last time you shot a jump shot?
Man, I'm gonna be 100% honest. Last time I shot a jump shot, bro, was Friday, man. I can't stay away from the game.
I love it, dog. I love it, dog.
Yeah,
that's one. That's when I try to hit people. That's when I try to hit people with just off the cusp every time, just to see where you at, man. I ain't had nobody say no long date yet, so
right.
Respect, man. Respect.
We still tapped in,
as we should. So yeah, bro. So let's run it back to when I met you, bro. Let's see. That had to be 2012. It was the start of that school year, 2012-2013 season. Ran into y'all. Y'all was in the same hallway as us. Me and Jess came in. It was UNC Baker's roommates at the time.
Yeah.
I met y'all early.
Hey man, but you want to know the crazy part about it is me and C Baker, we wasn't even roommates. That was just my dog. He just always be with me all the time. So I'll be with him. And he actually lived down the hall from me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't have no roommate. So he would just be in my, my room.
Yeah.
I ain't have a roommate. So
I was gonna say, yeah.
I was
gonna say, yeah, because I was like, dang, like first time I met TP, I feel like first time I dapped y'all up was I feel like it was your room, but it was, or it was somebody's room. It was down the hall from us though. Because me and Shao, we had all the way at the corner, all the way down by the stairs type stuff.
Right.
But yeah, man, y'all was real cool. As soon as I found out you from the city, I'm like, all right, my dog, at least somebody will know some type of mentality where I'm coming from, something. And C Baker was cool too. It was like, some black folk out here that, it's legit.
That's the first thing. Hey. When I saw y'all, I'm like, we got some black people, we good.
Right. And then, so wait, and then both of y'all both came in that semester before, didn't y'all?
Yeah, so we came in a semester before, so that's like when my first day of orientation, I met C Baker, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We seen that we was like the only black people right there, so that's just the
connection.
To do. Like, oh yeah, let me connect with him. I didn't even know you hoop. I didn't even know you play basketball, bro. We was talking. And he's like, what you here from? I'm like, man, I came here to hoop.
Yeah.
You know, like say less.
Respect.
You know what I'm saying? So that's really how it was, bro.
Respect, man. Like, yeah, that was those times, man, when that was early. That, like, it's weird thinking about when I first met you, bro, because I know you so well now. Like, after those, 3 years that I was there, I'm like, man, you fam now.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's take it even further back, man. Just give me the T Pride story, man. Like, when did you first want to start taking ball seriously? Like, when did that dream begin? When did you start feeling it?
Man, to be honest with you, man, I didn't even start like super early. You know, some people probably would have thought. So I started basketball. I would say like the fifth grade.
Fifth grade
going to my sixth. But the love came from my brother was a basketball player. Throughout high school, middle school. Very well known.
Yeah.
But he was more so well known on the football side.
Yeah.
Was the all-state first team, cornerback.
Respect.
And I thought he was an All-American, but I don't think he was. Probably like a step under. It wasn't too far. So I would go places with him. see the love and respect that he would get from like everybody, like everywhere we went, bro. Like it was like he was a celebrity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm like, damn, because he plays sports, like he get love like that. You know?
it's
So
one of them things.
yeah. So when I actually saw him, I saw him in a basketball practice. I was in the fourth grade. I saw him in a basketball practice.
Hmm.
You know, their gym was getting renovated, and where they were practicing at is where I would go, like
Yeah.
every single day after school program. I'm
Hmm.
like, let me stay and watch this. You know, so I stayed and watched their practice or whatever. And mind you, they were undefeated at this time. They were top state, you know, Southeastern number one. You know, and I'm like, let me see what this hype is about because everybody like is around them, and I just see. So when I seen that basketball practice, bro, like I
Yeah.
was blown away. I remember this shit vividly. I was blown away. So ever since that day in practice, or ever since that day that they had practice, bro, like I
Yeah.
always wanted to be in the gym. I'm like, man, I got to be in the gym every day. Like I was shooting. You know, people would showing me how to shoot and everything, bro. So
Yeah.
since that day,
It's dope. Fifth going into sixth.
yep, yep.
Respect, man. So, and then I know. So your brother was one that influenced you, man. Who were like some of your favorite players that you seen? You was like, ah, yeah, I like that part of the game. You know, that's something I may want to, emulate in my game. That's something I may want to add. Who were some of them players? Like once you started getting into the hoops, you was like, all right, yeah, these the dogs I need to watch.
So you mean NBA or like the people around me?
It could be either. I know because the city, we like us, bro. We produce some dogs, man.
Mhm.
We got some dogs come out the city. So,
Mhm.
but who? And I know you seen them too, because
Yeah,
you
for sure.
was active. So tell me.
So you know, like when I first started, or when I first got to really going in basketball, just like I say, when I saw them practice, I was kind of blown away. So
Hmm.
my brother's teammate, his point guard, was Brandon Jenkins, who actually was
Yeah,
point guard at Louisville,
yeah,
starting of I believe, the '07 season or the
yeah.
'08 season, one of those seasons. So when I saw him play basketball, like I said, I was blown away. Like
Hmm.
he would, I would say that he was like the first guy to kind of influence me, like quickness, explosiveness to the basket. Like, you know, him being a point guard, 6'3",
Yeah.
he can explode to the rim, had a quick first step,
Hmm.
was a very, very good defender, you know. So, you know, to checking and being in somebody's grill, you know, like I well probably 94 feet or you know, just at the half court line, just the way he would and I had that instilled in me since I was younger though.
Yeah.
Defense, you know, so you know, I think he was like the first influential guy on my basketball game. And then, you know, that was around '03 when LeBron came out and when LeBron,
Hey,
you know,
you already know, bro. Hey,
I know.
Ron he been the chosen one since 15, bro. So.
Right, right.
So we all been checking for him, man. Like just seeing what he's doing, Shoot, I'm about to say, even for me, I give you a city name too. Saint Cecilia, bro.
Yes, sir.
We would play out at Saint for elementary games.
Mm-hmm.
Just whatever little Detroit league I was in,
Mm-hmm.
our school was in. Uh, Vandenberg, and now it's Jalen Rose Academy now,
Right.
but it was Vandenberg then, and we played against other schools. And then after that, especially getting closer to the summer, some
Mm-hmm.
of the high school players would play and their little stuff. Manny Harris, bro,
Cold.
he would come in there sometimes, bro, and I'm like, I ain't even know you could shoot that far in the Saint, bro. Like, I
Right.
thought the ceiling was too. You go in there and get money, you feel me, to the cup. I was like, dog, like I've seen I've seen a Pistons game. You know, a Piston game is a Pistons game. You way up high, whatever. And you know they're the NBA players. But if you see somebody just right in front of you, bro, going to work like that, so young, you like, man, this nigga might be my hero for a second, bro. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and it was a few names like that. I know, yeah, that was one that stood out to me. I just remember like that was a city name that was somebody I seen in person. Like, nah, bro, this is
Man,
different.
I think Manny Harris probably man in the top three like best high school players I ever seen in person play
Yeah,
basketball. Like
yeah, it was different.
he was definitely different, bro.
That was Redford, wasn't
Redford, yeah, Redford.
it? Yeah, man.
One three titles, bro. Won 3 city titles.
Deserved.
Most definitely.
All right, so let's go on to high school for you. So high school, you went to Kettering, Kettering High. Tell me how you ended up there, man. Like, was it like just pipeline? Was it a choice? Like, what was that?
I would say definitely a pipeline. For sure, it wasn't a choice because I honestly I don't even think I knew about Kettering when I was to be honest with you. You know, so me coming from middle school to AAU circuit, you know what I'm saying? I had a pretty good name, you know, AAU circuit in middle school. You know, like middle school, I was the captain, but
Yeah.
like the best player on the team. We had a team full of good players. You know, our
Yeah.
middle school, I was lost one game. You know, so going into like nearing the end of that season, you know, it
Yeah.
was coaches that would come up to our middle school games or in practice. For instance, one was Benny White from King. You know, he
Yeah.
would pretty much recruit most of the Miller players because our school was right around the corner.
Right.
That's where mostly King players come from, probably Miller or just the surrounding, areas. So my first choice is going to be King High School. But,
Yeah.
just being around, different players who play for King, that they was always say like, hey man, this school is full of guards, man. Like you might want to go somewhere else. Like I was just kind of taking it in. I really didn't care about. I don't care about guards there. I'm gonna go and do what I got to do.
Yeah.
So King was really my first choice, and Murray Wright, just because we would have this one coach. He'd come up to our middle school games and hey, I want you three guys, come to our practice, So never went, but that was in the option. So,
Yeah, they show that interest. That's something. Yeah.
That's
especially at that young. Like, if somebody want you to hoop for them, you like, you know what, bro, I'm considering because you go somewhere you get that love.
Yeah.
At Kettering, like, what was the atmosphere there? Like, cause I'll give you a rundown for me. Like I said, mine was pipeline too for the most part. I went from Thompson Middle to Southfield High, and that school at that time especially was more of a football school. Like everybody that was on the basketball team was on the football team, and I was one of the only people that really fully cared about hoops. Like I'm trying to go to college for the hoops. Everybody else is kind of more football, track even. But so what was the atmosphere there like?
So yeah, the atmosphere, man. To be 100% honest, again, like Kettering was had like the losing mentality. I would say it was a losing atmosphere, man, because every single sport was kind of like down, like in the conference. Every single sport. When I say basketball, football, but maybe not track, because I think track was always pretty good. But any other sport, man, was always a down year. So just like I said, I got to Kettering through pipeline, which is a cousin. He was a basketball coach, at a few different schools. Ended up being an assistant coach at Eastern Michigan, so had a lot of different connections throughout the city.
Yeah.
I ended up getting to that school. The whole philosophy and goal was, hey, you're going to come here and do your thing, pretty much. So no places, that's 100% honest truth. So, but the atmosphere, man, Kettering, honestly, that atmosphere was kind of like, man, it was kind of like when you walk in the hallway, man, it's like it's like gutter, man. Like no other. That's what one word I can't describe. As far as the students and my peers and the people that I was around, like it was a lot of people who came from a lot of different backgrounds, man, and some of them wasn't pleasant. So you would get a bunch of you'll get a bunch of cliques over here and cliques over there, and you might end up getting into a fight if you look at somebody wrong. That's just 100% honest truth. If you're around a certain amount of people. But Kettering also taught me a lot as well, though. Like it had its downsides and also had its good sides as well. So I won't say it's all bad, but that's just my first impression of the school. When I first got there, I'm like, oh yeah, it's real.
Respect. So and you said, I'll backtrack even a little bit. You said you played AAU. What was your what was your AAU experience like? Because I know some people even question, like, is AAU good for the kids? You know, they just out there freestyling for the most part. What was your experience with it? How'd you think of that?
You know, when I first got into AAU, I thought it was super cool because we got to go on trips and play basketball. You know,
Yeah,
damn,
hell yeah.
we can travel and everything free. We don't got to pay for nothing. You know, I'm like,
So,
this is the life. Like, why not play AAU? You know,
what team were you?
I was with the Detroit RNG All Stars, man. Real historic AAU team throughout the city.
Yeah,
You know, black and yellow, man, or black and gold, or black, white and gold, or black, white and yellow, whatever.
yeah,
But we, hey,
that's legit.
some dogs came from RNG All Stars, man. So um, that was like my team I first started with. Was with
Yeah,
them for about 3 to 4 years, and then I kind of branched off. But that was my first AAU team, my first AAU experience. You know,
yeah.
but I thought it was really cool, man. I got a chance to play against some of the most top talent, you know, that
Hmm.
in America. You know, just from playing in the national tournament, playing in the King James tournament, uh,
Yeah,
playing the Peace Jam. You know, I didn't play in a bunch of different circuits. You know, and came up against guys like Tony Roden.
mm,
He once played for the Memphis Grizzlies.
yeah.
I got a chance to play with Brent Forbes and Denzel Valentine, which they were best
So,
friends. They were kids, you know, and they played up in age with me. You know,
yeah,
when they were in the fifth grade, I was in the seventh. They were starting with me. Denzel
tough.
Valentine and Brent Forbes. You know, so I got a chance to play with a lot of different guys. You know, and
And that's what I've been getting from this
Mhm.
AU thing, bro. It's like that's one thing I feel like I wish I had more. And I don't think I've said that on any of the recordings so far. That's one thing I wish I did more is play more AU
Yeah.
because I had like a quick stint here. Like I played a couple games and then I played a
Mhm.
couple games, one tournament. That's about the most of all my AAU stuff. And it was
Right.
always a good experience, but I don't know, I guess the way my dad was, it was like, you know, just go play for the school for the summer, you know,
Yeah.
like and keep it like home
You
like
know,
that.
but now that I'm older, you know, I do realize like AAU is more so for like connection or for people to kind of
Yes,
know who you are. Like that's kind of
yes,
what I get out of AAU now. You know,
yeah,
but so back then I just felt like it's fun. We going on trips and hooping, playing against some of the best competition, and to be fully and also this is how I met Carlton Brundage. You know, yo
CB,
mate.
CB.
You know what I'm saying? I thought Carlton probably was the best shooter in America when I first met him. When I first met Carlton, I thought he was the best shooter in America, bro.
CB was nice, dog.
Yeah,
Like CB
especially
was nice.
especially AAU. Like I've seen him drop 50 on a few people. You know what I'm saying? So that was the first time I met him. I just wanted to bring that up because I know y'all
Oh
played.
yeah,
So
yeah, man. Respect, respect. And I'm gonna have CB on here eventually, man, because I have to talk to him. I ain't talked to him in a minute too. Ever
yeah.
since I left Southfield for the most part, maybe once or twice, but
Mm.
yeah, CB was always. He came in. I'm not gonna lie. He came in and like took where I was supposed to be at when he
Yeah.
came to my school. And you know that might have been something I'd have been salty about then,
Oh,
but it was always love between us because he knew I could hoop and I
yeah,
knew he
yeah,
could
yeah,
hoop,
for sure. Yeah.
and we was always like even when we played like when we was on squads in practice, it was lunch. You feel me? Like
Mm-hmm.
we would chew and he would hype me up, I hype him up, and it was just the coach I had, man. He favored towards him a lot more,
Yeah.
and well deserved too, because I mean he got money there,
Yeah.
and I was still cheering for him. You feel me? So
Yeah.
and that's a good throwback right there. I'm glad
Yeah.
you brought that up too. That's a good one.
Yeah.
So I do got a little bit of stats on you. It was actually 2 seasons, '08 and '09.
Mm-hmm.
You were on all PSL teams, honorable mention.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about these seasons. You know, like your seasons in high school. How you felt playing for Kettering. Like what was going on.
So I would say, so you mean the '07, '08 season first?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
'07, '08 season. Yeah. So that was my sophomore year, man. You know, breaking out to
yeah,
I played varsity ninth grade. Went 0 and
nice.
17. Went 0 and 17. Lost
Hey,
every single varsity game my ninth grade year, bro. So,
Freshman, man.
so you know the type of player I am. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
that dog came out.
Yeah. And you know I got chewed out, bro, the whole year. I'm talking about until my 10th grade year started.
Yeah.
I got chewed out by everybody, my family, people I was around. Like, bro, you can't say nothing about basketball. You went 0-17. Like, how can you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that like messed with me psychologically, bro. Like I couldn't really sleep, bro. Like so it
Yeah.
was days in the summer, I couldn't sleep. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because we went 0-17. And every
That's
time I
tough.
go to practice in AAU, they're teasing me about stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So 10th grade year, it was like no holds barred, bro.
Right.
And like we was led by, you know, a guard named Leonard Williams and Quinez Smith. You know, those two guys probably was our leading scorers, you know, around that year. But I think
Yeah.
that was kind of like my breakout year. You know what I'm saying? Like it was one particular game we played Osborne High School, one particular game.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually my first 20-point game, and you know, and it was our first win. It was my first win as a Kettering Pioneer.
Yeah.
Our first win, I had like 21 points or something like that.
Tough. That's
21 points. So when I did that, and it was in a newspaper, that was my first time saying my name in a newspaper. So that kind of gave me all the motivation right there. And you know, I had a very, very solid 10th grade year. Very, very solid. You know what I'm saying? Probably averaged probably about 12 or 11 points.
Yeah.
Only won about 5 or 6 games, but you know, I'm a sophomore, you know, and there was a couple guys that led our team. Leonard Williams probably averaged about 22, 23. Quinez Smith probably about 15, 16. You know, anywhere under that, it was
Right
kind of
there.
like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, but after that year was done, you know, we ended up getting a new basketball coach that 10th grade year, because 9th grade, you know, that coach got fired. 10th grade got a new coach in 11th grade. You know, when the seniors left, who I just told you about.
Yeah.
Oh, that was our team now. Me
Yeah.
and Loman. You know, it was a few good pieces on that team. You know, but the leaders were clearly me and Sheldon Loman, who was actually a guard for Central Michigan. You know? So we kind of had to carry that load. You know, the PSL was tough, man. The PSL was
It
really
was, man. It
PSL.
was. I used to see y'all's box scores. You feel me? Like,
yeah.
And I'm like, it's the dogs over there. I mean, we was in a different conference, of course, OAA, I think at the time, Oakland.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, PSL is that's the Detroit league. You know, like whoever's those names that are from the city. Like, you know, I would say I'm from Detroit or whatever, but you know, I'm Southfield.
Right.
PSL is Detroit. You feel me? Like that's where they at.
And the PSL, it's like it's almost like a big family, because I would see someone, you know, out or in the PSL, or if I played against them, I never talked to them before. I'm for sure going up to them like, oh yeah, I don't know your name, but I remember you though. You know.
Yeah.
You know. So that's, you know, that's like the beauty of playing in the PSL, and like everybody know, like, okay, oh yeah, he was that competitor, he was that tough guy over there. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody know, like, oh yeah, he's the one who can shoot that. Though. He was the one who got the handles. Like it's always, you know, it's always
track.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, people definitely keep tracking. They don't forget faces.
Yeah, bro. They be watching you. You don't even know they watching you, bro.
Man, it's so many people that came up to me like, bro, I don't even remember your name, bro. But I remember you used to shoot that bitch. I remember you would have said that to me, bro. Like for real. So.
All right, and so that would be the time where you felt like you started to separate yourself, like at least maybe even mentally, like, look, I know I can move to that next level, you know, like I can play that next level around that time.
So I would say, yeah, after that 10th grade season, when I saw my name on the All City Honorable Mention ballot, and I'm like, damn, like I really didn't even feel like I would say I gave 100%, but I'm like, dang, maybe my stats, I don't think my stats showed that, you know, maybe because, you know, I was expecting to be, you know, somewhere much higher.
Yeah.
So like, dang, like I was like, that's some good accolades right there. So I gotta go home. I gotta go home. So 11th grade year was probably my breakout year, where, you know, I averaged I think it was almost 20 points, you know, 11th grade year. I think that was the year I started to like separate myself a little bit from a lot of the players that I was around or, you know, playing with. So
respect, man. So we can move forward then towards college. What was your choosing process? Like, did you have offers? Did you go on any visits? Like, how was that going? How
So
was that?
after my senior year, I had a few. I actually had a few, the Division II offers, a couple junior colleges, and a few like D3s. You know,
Hmm.
it never really like Division I offers anything like that. But I never considered anyone because Wayne State was like a heavy. They were heavy in the recruiting process, in the
Yeah.
so they would actually come to the practices. I would talk to the coach. He would make sure like, hey, don't come last in that sprint. Like, like my teammates be like, yeah, we know you going to Wayne State. Like it was
Yeah.
in stone.
Hmm.
So but like my family or just people that I was around or people was giving me the advice and everything. Like I really didn't want to stay. I didn't want to stay in Detroit or in Michigan. I kind of wanted to branch off. So I actually got to Wayne State, man. I went to orientation. I went the first day. I was there all day, bro. And I got a call from a coach at a junior college, like, yeah, it's a team that we're first starting up, which is I feel like it was crazy, me doing that, but you're young and
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
listen to people, you know what I'm saying? Which was, I mean, I don't regret no decision I made, but
Right.
I would have did it different. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I mean, yeah. It's not a regret. It's just hindsight.
yeah,
You
hindsight.
know. Yeah. You see it now, and you like, I could have made this move, which. Me, like I told you with the AAU thing, I wish I would have played a whole lot more. You
Yeah,
feel me? Like I could have did. Probably I could have had my name in different talks or
sure.
something.
Most definitely.
Something.
Most
But
definitely. I was
I,
actually surprised that you didn't play AU. I was surprised
not
that you
really.
didn't play AU. I was
Not
surprised.
really, man. I mean, I had friends that played for the family. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? I had friends that played for somebody that came out of like either Inkster or Romulus or somewhere in that area, or whatever. But I mean, I never really hopped on those squads though. Like once or twice, but it was mainly school ball for me.
School ball, right, right.
But yeah, man. I mean, so how did you? You said you ended up going to this JUCO?
So I ended up going up to Wayne State. Went to that first orientation, and like I said, I got that call from that coach, and just basically telling me about the program called Mid Michigan Community College, which is a junior college up in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. You know,
Yeah,
this is the first year basketball team. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So he like we're not registered with the NJCAA,
yeah,
but it's like a club team type deal. So that way you can get all the experience and playing these different guys
yeah.
and still having your years of eligibility. With
That's
which
love.
which which wasn't true because I did get my years of eligibility taken because of that. But that's a whole nother story though. So
Yeah, that's some. Yeah,
yeah, it
that's
was
some of that back door.
yeah, man. So that ended up counting against me, bro, for real. Like
Yeah,
that's why I didn't play, the last semester over you because of that situation. So
that's wild.
yeah. So I
Well,
ended up
yeah.
oh no,
No,
go
you
ahead.
good.
So I was just saying I ended up playing with them for 1 year,
Mm-hmm.
which I met a lot of great talented players as well on that team because most of that team was I would say like um, formed in it was basically like a lot of Detroit players,
Yeah,
but it was players from we had players from a lot of different places, but the core of the team was from Detroit.
yeah.
So I met a lot of people up there, had a lot of great connections. So first year
Respect.
there, yeah, first year there, then end up transferring to Texas Wesleyan University.
Texas.
First year, Texas, which was NAIA school.
Yeah.
So, every single player on the team was a Division I transfer. Like
Mm.
that was like the taste of real basketball. Like when I got there, that was like a taste of real basketball. I honestly wasn't even on the varsity team, bro. I was on JV. And we played like 5 or 6 games, and I'm like, yeah, this ain't me, so I got to transfer. So
Understood.
yeah, yeah. So I ended up transferring, and that's how I got the OVU, bro.
Over you, man. But like I say, bro, everybody, we all had our journeys to get to OVU, especially OVU, bro.
Yeah.
Like like just the way that Shao got there, bro. Hilarious, man. It
Yeah.
was really nothing.
Yeah. Really
Um,
nothing. Right. Right.
okay, so do you remember your first like hoop sessions at OVU or even the ones at Texas Wesleyan? Like because you said that was your first taste of real ball. Like
Yeah.
you remember them first hoop sessions when you got it in with them?
Yeah. So So the first hoop session, I remember I was up there pretty early, you know, so I came in the summertime. So
Mhm.
a lot of the players were, you know, flying in from their different places, like people from Philly, people from
Mhm.
New York, people from Oklahoma. Like they was all flying in and everybody was kind of getting them runs in. So I'm like, you know, I looked up these guys before
Yeah,
I got here because, you know, I do my research on players.
you do.
I'm like, yeah. So
You do.
I'm like, okay, these guys supposed to be pretty good, but let me see though. I need to find this out. So my first run up there, first of all, everybody was 6'8", 6'5".
Yeesh.
I'm like, damn, like they like these guys is league, they in the league. Like it's play by
Yeah.
so yeah, so when I played that first run, I quickly understood like, oh yeah, this is real basketball right here. So first guy I've seen, bro, who I thought like was an NBA player right then and there.
Yeah.
Eric Frederick, you can look him up in the university, was an All American first team.
Uh,
You know, and now he's been overseas for like the last 8 7 8 years, but
mhm.
talented player, man. Put you in the mind frame of Carmelo Anthony, same size, height, everything. Put you in the
Uh,
mind frame of Carmelo.
that's tough. So, and then OVU. Do you remember those first? Cause it could even be that semester before,
Yeah,
you know, we got there,
yeah,
or when we got there. Either one. Because I know when we got there, that was like when Ashton got there, and
yeah. Oh, them was some
you
tough.
know, all the Europeans. You feel me? All the Lithuanians. We all showed up around the same time.
Yeah,
You remember that time? Those hoop sessions.
yeah. So I can even bring up the time or around the times before y'all got there because I remember those first initial hoop sessions because, like I say, me and C Bate was
Yeah.
real tight. So once everybody figured out we was there to play basketball, they like, okay, we got some new guys, let's go hoop. That's the first.
Yeah.
You know, we got Moose and you got
Yep.
you got
Yep.
AP. That's how I met AP.
Pizzle.
And man, there was a few players, man, like AC Austin Cunningham.
AC.
That's when I found out. That's when I found out AC had go was like the best player on the team. From
That's yeah.
he really ain't even play like that though. He ain't used to play up around with us for real.
Yeah.
But when he did play, I'm like, oh yeah, I see. Like he a little bit on another level, a little bit, you know, because
Yeah. He had that go.
he could
It
go.
was sneaky too. I mean, like
Yeah,
he looked like he would be like chill, like today's cool, like he ain't really caring today, and then he'll just run off on you, bro.
yeah.
Floater, spin. You feel me? I'm like,
And
dang, bro.
he can handle.
Yeah, out of nowhere, man. With the long hair, it was all disrespectful.
Right, right, for
All
sure.
right, and then so when you were playing with us at OVU, you know, give us a rundown of like your season. Like how did you feel? Because I know I during that time, bro, during OVU, I was looking at everything, my perspective, of course.
Mm-hmm.
What was happening for you as far as our squad, as far as our time there? Like, how did you feel?
I you know, man, when ever since I first walked into OVU, I was in the eligibility battle, man, with
Yeah.
AA, with classes, making sure I had the right classes that transferred over from the last
Yep.
time. That's one thing. Like, if it's any listeners that's listening to this right now, any college players or high school players going to college, or any college players that's transferring to different schools, man, those credits transferring are very, very important, man. The class
Very. Oh my gosh.
that you got to take over, or a class that didn't transfer, you thought it did, like you really got to be on top of that. So I was in
Yeah.
the eligibility battle for like a year and a half. You know, when I
Mm.
first got to OVU, couldn't play the 2000
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
The year that you, Ashton, Jess, that everybody then came, I couldn't play then.
Yeah.
We had Saquon. That whole year I set out. No, I'm sorry. The half of the season I set out.
Yeah. I might say I know you
Half
played.
the season, and I came second semester. Yeah. So I was in a
Yeah.
whole eligibility battle for a year straight, man. So
That NCAA, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, man. That's like legit, especially at a school like OBU, where like there are schools out there, people that will say whatever to get you there. You know, like they'll tell you that you good. You'll be this transfers this. No, you got to look it up yourself. You got to make sure that this class is exactly equal to this class because that is a finesse game of the NCAA, the college recruiting game. You know, like they'll get you in there, especially the transfers. Like that's one thing because they tried to get me, and that was like maybe a real quick thing, but they tried to get me on some eligibility stuff when I first got there.
Yeah.
And we had to go through the whole list over again or whatever. And they was like, yeah, nah, bro. No, you're good. Okay, I'm sorry. Like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, bro, don't play me. I mean, and Shao said the same thing. Like his family, they knew nothing, period, about clearinghouse, about eligibility, none of that stuff. So that's something, man. I'm glad you said that, bro. Like, make sure that if you coming up in this basketball thing, that keep up with that eligibility, keep up with what's required for you to be able to get onto the court, you know? Yeah, bro, I'm real glad you said that.
Yeah, for sure, man. It kind of held me back a little bit, but, you know, I always stayed focused, stayed strong, and you know, with the help of, I never forget Kathy Miller, with the help of her, you know, she got me back right. She the one that got me on the basketball court, man. Like, real
respect.
Yeah, she the one, like, I would go to her every day. Just making sure, like, okay, you got your progress report, you got that, you got this. Like, she was the one, you know.
Yeah, man. And respect to you, bro. Like, you really stayed on that for that whole year too. Like, and even if you wasn't on that, you was with us, you know, at practice. You was with us watching practice. You was with us, you know, at the games, in the locker room, whatever. You know, you was always around. And, you know, your presence was always felt. You feel me? Like, we knew TP was around, bro. It was a different attitude, man. Like, look, we ain't about to be soft tonight. You know, like, and some people were still soft, but, like, when I hear you talk, I was like, nah, bro. I mean, TP is, you go at practice, you would go at me. You practice, you would go at whoever it is. I'm like, you know, whenever you in front of me, I know, like, it's about to be a fight. You know, it's not about to be no relaxed trip. You know, he ain't taking this off.
It was all love because I knew. I'm like, man, my guys, they can really go. So I knew this only gonna make them better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if I'm not playing, and, you know, I'm doing everything I can to, you know, to chip in whatever I need to do. Even if I'm not playing, if I have to be a fucking cheerleader on the side, like, if I gotta be the one getting you out of water, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna do that. That's how bad I wanted to be a part of the team.
Yeah, bro. And everybody might not say it, bro, but we noticed it, man. Yeah. Like, the squad. Yeah. And that's why you always got that type of love. Yeah. So we know the OVU campus isn't even much, so I can't even get into campus life, really. It was so.
We made campus life, bro. We
that
made
was
campus life.
I swear, man. It was nothing else outside of that, bro.
I swear.
Like I brought up to people, man, OVU was 2 buildings, all right?
Yeah.
The one you go to class in, and the dorms. Right. That's it, bro. That's it. There's nothing else. You go down the street to the gym. That's where we play at. And there was a little gym where the classrooms was, you know. But other than that, bro, that's campus, man. That's campus, so right. It was terrible. So I guess we can get into who. It can be teams you played against in your past. It can be teams you played against. You already spoke on some people, but who are just like some of the tougher players that you like played with, played against, things like practice. It could be anything, man.
Man, I would say, and it's crazy, these 2 names I'm gonna say that they actually went at it. The Big Ten, you know what I'm saying? These guys really went at it, you know, when it came to Michigan and Michigan State, but
yeah.
Keith Appler would probably be the toughest player I played against. You know, pound for pound, like, toughest player.
He's another dog.
The reason being is because, like, Keith was not only talented, bro, but he was tough as nails, bro. Like, on defense.
Yeah.
Rational. And be smiling while he doing it. You know what I'm saying? And that shit used to, you know, so, you know, he would probably be the player, the toughest player I played against. Now the toughest player that I played with, or probably one of the best players I played with, um, the Dallas Mavericks, man, Trey Burke. And I only played with him, and I only played with him for a total of like 4 games at the St. Cecilia. You know, we were on a summer team, you know.
Yeah.
So this is before I even knew anything about him. This is like he was playing. I think he played his freshman year already at
Yeah.
and it was right after that. But everybody was saying, like, okay, yeah, this guy Trey Burke, he probably gonna come out next year. I'm like, what? I'm like, man, he's my size. Like, I don't know him. I don't know if he gonna, you know, at this time, he was my size. I got a picture. I got a picture where our whole team is right there. Like, he probably a little bit bigger than me, bro, but man, when I see him on that floor, man, just a floor general, man, like
Yeah.
make the right play at all times, great picture, and shoot, and he was doing it so easy. I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't believe he's playing like this. I was amazed, bro, and I'm his teammate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Respect, man. I mean, yeah, and Trey was tough, man. I mean, I even remember when we was at school and they was in that national tournament, you know,
Yeah.
the national championship game, and we was all watching me, you and Shao and stuff. It was like, bro, Trey is nasty. Like,
Man.
pulling from the hash mark, you feel me, cash. Like, he was a competitor, bro. And I probably didn't know about him until probably the end of that freshman year. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, they got this. You know, I'm always checking what point guards, who's where and what, especially in the city, Michigan State, see who's that point guard at the time. So, yeah, man, I mean, that's a fact. Those is 2 dogs, too.
Mm-hmm.
Keith Applin ain't no sleeper, dog. Like,
oh, no, you gotta remember, Keith Applin played in the league for a minute. I mean,
you feel me?
Played I believe he played D League or G League for the Lakers.
Yeah, he's no sleeper, dog.
Not at all.
At all.
Not at all.
So, all right. So, what before it could be before runs, hoop runs, whatever. Like, what was some music you would throw on? You know, because I'm a music dude. You know, I'm always find a way to get a music question in. What was something that you would play to get yourself like on mode? You know,
man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't doing nothing but listen to Detroit music, man. Because you know that's what got me on go.
Hey,
got me on go. Like that's
yeah.
it. And I listen to a lot of Peasy, TV5, Peasy, Babyface Ray. You know, a lot of
Right.
Doughboys. You know, just people of that nature. You know.
Yeah. Respect, man. I used to.
Artists, yeah.
Yeah, I used to think. I know before one game, I went off. I did that game,
mm-hmm.
and for some reason, the song is Jeezy and 2 Chainz and somebody else. Might be Future. Benny Hanna, dog.
Benny Hanna, yeah.
Bro, I played that song, bro, and I was like, dog, this is going right now.
Yeah,
what's going on, dog? Like, and went out there and did my thing that night. So
that was the one for every game.
It's in the playlist now. Like, you know, it's got to get at least one play. Anything else can play around it, but that's going on.
Right.
Yeah, man. So, all right. So, here's another question. Then, was there like a coach that you feel like stood out to you that like kind of really guided you in that basketball journey, or just helped you out in your game, or helped you out in your life, or something? Like, did you have that certain coach you can think of?
You know what, bro? I had some good coaches. I had some pretty good coaches throughout my lifetime. You know, one being Arvis Young, another being Gregory Cade, Doug Brotherton. You got Shaheed Raheem, which is my guy. That was my first ever basketball coach. But just those guys, they really, you know, taught me like a positive side to basketball and like kind of related it to life. Like those are probably the first people. But I would say the one coach that stand out the most, who was, you know, influential in the life aspect of basketball and working out every day and getting in the gym and getting better was Byron Skip Willis. You know, R.I.P. Skip Willis. You know, but he was kind of like a legend, man. Like Skip Willis, a legend. You can look him up, you can read about him, whatever. Yeah. A legend. When I say every morning, you know, on Saturday mornings, he make sure he had the breakfast for us. You know, me and him and his son.
Oh,
The other guard, Sheldon Lowman, played for Central Michigan. You got Justin Woods, played for Central State. Just a lot of us. We all grew up, man, since fourth, third grade. I'm sorry, like fifth, sixth grade. Around this time is when we actually really, really got into basketball and kind of like
yeah,
embarked on our game and every day with it. Like, okay, you got to get your reps up. You got to get 100, 300 shots a day, 500 shots a day. Like that was the first person who I really learned repetition from because
yeah.
we had to be in that gym. Franklin Wright said we had to be in that gym.
Respect,
Yeah.
respect, man. Yeah, because that's dope, man. Those coaches, like everybody has one at least. That like, especially if they play as long as we have. Like everybody's got that coach that kind of showed them that like it's possible. Like
Mm-hmm.
in whatever way that is, it can be in just life. It can be on the court. They showed you something that you use to this day. Like they're coaches that will give you those things, and sometimes they don't even know it. So I always want to make sure that we shout out them
Right.
for their contribution to us in our journey, our game.
Most definitely.
So I know you played. You did your OVU stint.
Mhm.
Man, was there anything after OVU? Like, did you make any efforts?
What do you mean as far as to what efforts to as far as to
Either keep playing, or like if you wanted to coach, if you wanted to, any of that, anything to stay like in the game in that type of way.
so as many people do know, after OVU, I got into a little bit of legal trouble. I can say this now because everything is all over and done with. It's all set in stone. Nothing on my record, no pending cases or nothing like that. But
Nothing.
I did actually go through some troubling times, after OVU, and
Yeah.
we went through it for about a year. Just stay prayerful. I won't go into too much detail
Oh yeah.
about everything that's going on because we talking about basketball and the
Yeah.
positive things about basketball, but I did get into some legal trouble that I did actually pull myself out of. I was blessed to have a great support system. Family, friends who was able to support me throughout that whole time.
Yeah.
And it all worked out great for me. It all worked out in a great deal. So afterwards, I was able to, invest into my own landscaping business. Um,
Nice.
and now I'm actually at Ford Motor Company. Pretty good position to be in. I'm growing more towards my landscaping business as the summer is fading out and going into the winter, going to the fall and winter seasons. I'm gearing up for that. So yeah, I was able to learn from a lot of different people in my
Yeah.
life, and I was able to, and I had a lot of role models to where I always knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur in some sort of way. I always knew that I wanted to start, going to business for myself, and actually really, really, um, really make an impact. And
Yeah.
I really think I'm headed down the right direction. But
Yeah, man. I mean, we all see it. We all see, your posts. We see what energy you give out. Like I know there was a time where people would say you was a hothead. People would say you were, especially in OVU, they would holler as if we were trouble. They would,
yeah,
group us all in as trouble.
right,
But we've always, had this positive. We always had a positive outlook. We were trying to get to that goal. Some people didn't like our routes, but like you said, man, you pulled yourself out of it, and I'm 1,000% proud of that, bro. Like I was happy. I was happy to see you posting again. I was happy to see you out here, out here kicking it. Showing love to your family, your people, and it's always been dope to me, and that's because of our journey. Me and you as homies. Like we never really got into big spats. I know we got into some hoop stuff here and there,
yeah.
but we've never really got into anything, bro. And it's always been love. So I'm just 1,000% happy for you, bro. And I love the landscape business. That's a great idea. You know, people always need to keep their lawns kept, you know.
Yes, sir.
And y'all be cleaning up cribs too. Y'all be cleaning them
Yeah.
up. Y'all be,
You gotta be posting.
y'all be putting the clippers to the edges, bro.
Man. We go full throttle, man. You know, you gotta protect your investments, man. You know, gotta have that material out for the people to actually see. Like, yeah, this for real.
Yeah, man. Content.
I want to shout out my uncle too. Rest in peace, Wade Lofton. He the one that he the one that got me into the landscape, and I appreciate him for that. You know, it passed a couple years ago, but I do want to shout my uncle out. You know, Wade, salute to Wade Lofton. That's my guy. R.I.P.
All right, R.I.P. Man. Mm-hmm. Respect. So got just a couple last questions, man.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started like this usually. I feel like Michael Jordan said it best, where basketball is like a teacher of life. Mm-hmm. And I know you kind of touched on it here and there, but what do you think like the game of basketball has taught you about life, your life, things that you just may have learned just throughout your journey about yourself, you know?
That's a good question. So I would say, all right, I'll be cliche, basketball has taught me the aspect of hard work,
Hey.
It
did though.
It's there. It just really did. It really did teach me the aspect of being able to work hard, punctuality, making sure we on practice, making sure we were at practice on time, because if we didn't, Lord knows how many
man, we ain't even gonna see no ball, man, for a minute.
You guys want to come late?
Y'all come late.
Mike, that's your guy, Mike.
Nah, man. Man. I would shout out Snell, but he wouldn't shout me out. So. Yeah, man. But no, yeah, that's dope though. Yeah, hard work, definitely, man. Like, is there anything else you wanna?
Yeah, man. Punctuality, like I was saying, bro. Punctuality, man. It actually helped me. Later on in life, with the positions that I've had, I've never had an issue, with being punctual, to a position, because I understand the importance of it. So that's the cliche part about it. And I would say, basketball, one thing that I've learned about basketball was the type of player you are will be like almost 100% like the type of guy you are in life. This is what I got just from myself. I could be wrong. People can have other opinions, but this is what I got from myself. So pretty much, if I see, like, okay, to take an instance, a guy like me, someone who's very scrappy, hard work guy, on defense, things of that nature, making sure he hit his suicides, always going hard in practice, pushing other players. This is the type of guy you're gonna be in life. I found pushing my friends and my guys, to do better in life, or just better their business or anything they have going on. I can honestly say that I'm one of those friends, like, who, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, make sure you're doing this, or man, pick it up a little bit. That's who I am. So that's what I got from it. Kind of like the type of player you are, kind of would be the type of guy you are, in life. That's what I take from it.
Respect, bro. It actually makes sense. Like, I ain't even thought about it like this.
Yeah.
Man, I'm probably gonna think about that the rest of the night. I'm like, right. You know what?
Just think about all the players you ever played with, or think about their style of play, and just kind of see what they're doing now. It will kind of go hand in hand.
It does. It makes sense.
I'm not saying everybody, but I would say the majority of people that I've played with or been around or played against.
I feel that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. All right. Do you got anybody that we should be checking for? Anything that we should be checking for? You got any new projects yourself? Anybody in the city we should be checking for? Just, I give you one quick rundown, man, and then I got one last question for you.
Okay. I'll go ahead and just shout out what I have coming up, or what I am working towards. I'm working towards the photography and videography field. You know, so I'm gonna go ahead and say it on here. This is my first time saying it publicly.
Hey, respect.
So I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into that. You could be on the lookout for me. I don't really have everything like X in stone as far as the name and things of that nature, but I can tell you that I did get all the material. Everything is in the works right now, but please be expecting that by, no later than 2021, where it's full-fledged Tyrone Pride photography, videography, whatever you want to name,
Respect. Respect, man. And I'll be looking, we gonna make sure everybody else does check this out is looking. Whenever you drop it, we gonna drop it. So it's all up. All right, man. So it's my last question I ask every guest, man. I'm gonna let you do your thing.
Yeah.
So you're on an island with a defender. Uno Manuno, 1-on-1. What's your go-to move? What are you serving them up?
Man, if I'm on an island with a defender, man, a lot of people know that I'm a jump shot guy, man. I like to make a move and get to one of my good spots. But I'll switch it up on them, to be honest with you, because everybody's gonna be expecting that. So if I'm dribbling one way, or say if I'm going to the right side of the court, kind of like just taking off, kind of using a quick first step, taking off. And if they bite too much, pull it back.
Step back.
And I'm pulling right up, and there's money,
Wah. He said he's gonna take you. You see if he bite, you feel me? Oh, he bit.
If he bite, I'm gonna bring it right back. But if he don't, I'm gonna go to the bucket.
Respect, man. Respect.
Real simple.
It's option A or option B.
Yes, sir.
You can get it either way. I feel that. But yeah, man. Like I said, Tyrone Pride, bro. I appreciate you sitting down with me, man, talking, us doing our thing, man. Like I think you'll love the episode when it drops, man. It's gonna be a couple weeks, man. Be patient with me, but when I get it out here, you gonna know. We gonna know, man.
Right.
Like I said, man, I appreciate you doing this, bro.
Man, I appreciate you, Money, man. You got something going here, bro. I'm expecting big things, bro. I ain't expecting nothing small from you, Money.
You already know, man.
And I do want to shout out my grandma. Rest in peace, Juanita Davis. That's my girl right there. She passed away last year. I know she would have loved everything that I'm doing right now. So I'm kind of doing everything, just as if she was here. So that I go as hard as I do.
As you should, man. R.I.P. But yeah, bro. If it's nothing else, we are good. I appreciate you, man. You be safe.
My God, Money. Have a good one.
You already know.